There's the harbour, right? My goal is to go over there by that bridge and take some pictures of the harbour.
Well, I've walked all the way to Maine. So why would you go to Portsmouth, New Hampshire? Where is Portsmouth, New Hampshire? Up until a few months ago, I had no idea what it was or how cool it was. This is our why. This is why our why. Yeah, just bear with me. Portsmouth is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful city. It's located along the Piscataqua River in New Hampshire. Portsmouth is a city that Amy and I get to, we get the luxury of visiting once a month. She goes there for work and I go there to accompany her and keep her company. I go explore, and when she gets off of work, we go explore some more. Portsmouth is very close to Maine. It's very close to Massachusetts. It's just easy to get out and go places. The best way I can describe Portsmouth, New Hampshire is you get this old town, old town vibes, brick buildings, antiques, gift shops, a Life is Good store, which is awesome because if you watch any of our videos, you know that 90% of the time I'm wearing a Life is Good shirt because they're just so dang comfortable. I love them. But not only that, they have their own local brewery you can go into. They have a cool little cigar shop. You can go get some bourbon and smoke a cigar. They have a massive and beautiful church right in the middle of Market Square in downtown. It just seems like there's people running around everywhere during the day. Because I go out on walks, I'm not going to work, I'm just watching other people watching. Not in a weird, awkward way or anything. I just see people coming to and from, and I don't know where they're going. I have no idea. except at night. Everything closes pretty much early, especially during the winter, towards the winter months, autumn. You got to go to eat or go out before 7 to 8 o'clock-ish. There's a couple places stay open a little bit later, but most of the stuff closes down early. One of the cool things about Portsmouth that sets it aside from other cities is it has its own submarine. Yeah, right there in town, right there in the city, it has its own submarine, the USS Albacore. It's a very walkable town. They actually have designated paths that they spent money on so people could walk and get out and exercise. And one of the walks I take, you can see the 3 bridges. There's 3 bridges that connect Portsmouth, New Hampshire to a town called Kittery, Maine. The first one is the Memorial Bridge, which I showed you at the beginning of this video. Hopefully you saw it. If not, pause it, rewind it, go watch it. There's a memorial at the foot of the bridge on the Portsmouth side prior to getting onto the bridge, and it's just this huge, massive bridge that opens up, lets the sailboats and other boats through, and there's these huge, massive chains that just attach this tower in the middle, and they just it's just really cool to see. And as I was walking across the bridge, I saw these tugboats, red burgundy-ish tugboats going up and down the Piscataqua River, and it's really cool. The second bridge is a bridge I found walking to the USS Albacore. It's called the Sarah Mildred Long Bridge, and it's massive and it's huge. And it also connects to Kittery, Maine, but it's just really cool sight to see. And I found myself just sitting there watching the cars go. And then the third bridge is called the Piscataqua River Bridge, and it's probably the most commercialized bridge of the 3, and it also connects to Maine, which is pretty cool. Let's talk about what's nearby Portsmouth. I mentioned earlier Kittery, Maine. Less than a mile away, you go over the bridge and you're in this little town. They have their own beach, have their own harbor. They have a Navy shipyard you can go there and take a tour of. I haven't done that yet, but I plan to. It sounds pretty cool. And on the other side, there's these more eateries and gift shops and seafood places. And there's a place called Kittery Trading Post in Kittery, Maine. If you've been inside like a Buc-ee's, you know how massive it is. Well, this place is that size, but it has like different stories, and there's all kinds of different clothing and clothing lines there. You can find anything in this store. It's just really cool place. It's packed. The parking is minimal, but if you can find a parking spot, it's worth going in. 20 minutes away is a town called York, and next to that is Cape Nettic, where Amy and I went and saw the Nubble Lighthouse a couple times. We saw it at sunset. We didn't get to see a sunrise. Apparently you can see the sunrise there as well. But it's a beautiful, beautiful lighthouse, and you drive through York, Maine, which is just amazing, this town. It wasn't very busy when we went through there. I guess, you know, all the tourists come earlier, maybe in summer or spring, but it's still awesome, pretty cool. I can imagine it gets really packed at some times. You can drive up there, and the lighthouse is maintained by York, and you can't actually go in the lighthouse, but you can see it from across the harbor from the rocks, and it's just absolutely amazing. 30 minutes away from Portsmouth, Maine, about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit less, depending on how fast you drive, I don't know. But is a place called Ogunquit, Maine. And Ogunquit, Maine is just a beautiful little town with shops and restaurants, and then there's this little small village harbor area, and it's known for a walk called the Marginal Walk. And the Marginal Walk is about, I think it's a little over 3 miles long, but it walks along the cliffside and actually takes you into the small harbor town where there's gift shops and just cool little place with a little bridge that goes over in the harbor, and there's boats there. And then on the other side you have the ocean, and you see sailboats going by and the water smashing up against the cliff rocks, and you walk up and you can walk. There's benches everywhere, and then there's a restaurant called Orweed that Amy and I ate at, and best shrimp I've ever had over some rice, and with the ocean view as your view, and it's just, man, It's pretty cool. About an hour and 19 minutes away, up in Maine, going north from Portsmouth, is Portland, Maine, and Elizabethtown, Maine, where the Portland headlight, headlight, it's not headlight, it's headlight. This is a huge lighthouse that you can park, and you can actually walk up beside the lighthouse, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Again, more cliffs. That's what Maine, they have like 60 lighthouses, 60 to 65 lighthouses all along the coast of Maine. And one day, hopefully, Amy and I can explore the majority of them. Probably won't go to all of them, but 4 hours away from Portsmouth, Maine, my favorite national park, which is Acadia National Park, and Bar Harbor's right there too. And Bar Harbor is just an amazing town I can't talk enough of. We've actually made a couple of videos about Bar Harbor and Acadia National Park, and they're on our channel listed. They have their own playlist. Less than 3 hours away is a place called Bangor, Maine. And if you're a big Stephen King author fan, like I am, my whole life, that's you know, I buy his books, hardback, got the whole collection. Everything, comics, whatever he comes out with, I got to purchase, because I just love the guy, and I love his writing and his style, and I just aspire to be an author like him one day. But Bangor, Maine is, you know, Stephen King's house. One of his houses is right there in Bangor, Maine. When we were there was a red balloon outside the gate, you know, It, if you've ever seen the movie It. Let's talk seafood restaurants real quick. Some of the places that we ate at. Number one, I would say the Goat. It was just the coolest place, great atmosphere. They do these goat stamps on your hamburger buns. They're known for their hamburgers. They have a large selection of whiskey. If you're a whiskey drinker, just a fun time. They have live music there. It's like country vibes. Another thing is their tater tots. Their tater tots are really good. The River House is another place we eat at quite often. It's less than maybe 3.5, 4 blocks right on the harbor. There's tugboats. It's a water view. You sit outside. We had lobster mac and cheese. There's a place called Tocana Italian Chop House. Had their crab cakes, had some bourbon, and it looks like there's a bank vault in there because that's where they put their wine. It looks like an old bank from the outside too. Probably our favorite restaurant. We ate there twice this time, or this last time we were in New Hampshire. And it's called Roberts on Main like the state, and it's right there in Kittery, Maine, right over the bridge. And it's best to have a reservation to go in there, but it's just so classy, and the waitresses that we've had were so personable, and probably the best service we've ever had at a restaurant. They want you to have an enjoyable experience. Amy had the lobster over risotto rice. Never heard of it before. I started tasting it. Oh my gosh, this stuff melts in your mouth, and it's just so delicious. I partook in their crab cakes with this little, I call it a mustardy concocted sauce. It was just, oh man, really good. We went back there and ate again, and we'll be back there for sure. It's a great place. If you're there, Roberts, Maine. There are tons of other restaurants you can eat at. I don't know. Portsmouth seems like it's the city, the town that just, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It just, every time we go there, we get something new to eat. We explore somewhere new, either in town or very close by. It's just a great place to visit. And pretty much that's why Portsmouth. That's why Portsmouth for the Tates. You've been there or you live there, you tell us the why for Portsmouth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and our next video we are heading to Kentucky. And along the way to Kentucky, to the Bourbon Trail for my birthday, my 50th birthday, we stop and visit our 37th state. Stay tuned for our next video, and don't forget we have our whole Colorado season starting pretty soon. I just can't wait to show you those videos. They're gonna be awesome. So, Tate out. Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart. It needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
the job to pay the rent is busy. Gotta feel free sometimes, right? What doesn't make you will only make you stronger if you believe what they say.